It is Wednesday, September 13th in the MLB. 3 picks on the way. It's Austin, joined by our friend Logan. Let's dive into a recap from yesterday. So close to the 3-0 sweep. If only we could taste it. But we'll take a 2-in-1 day any day of the week. No doubt about that. When you're making money, that's all that matters. Diamondbacks, Mets over 9.5. Pretty sweat-free to get 11 runs combined. Rangers, Jays under 4.5. First 5 sweat-free as well. They only scored 2 runs. Then how I said we were so close to the sweep. Santander gets his hit. Kyle Tucker does not get a hit. He had plenty of chances, had an RBI ground out, but just does not get the job done. Should have bet Jose Altuve and would have had the 3-0 sweep, but we will take a 2-in-1 day. Before we dive into our favorite picks, it is a Wednesday, so we do have a parlay of the day on timers. We really love it. We don't have a hit parlay in this video, but we really like that one. We won't track it for a half unit because they've just been a little bit cold recently, but that one's smacking for about plus 200 odds. You can check it out, top link in description. But Logan, you've been doing really well on the game picks. Today you have sort of a game pick, but sort of a player prop. I'll let you dive into this team, a team that I swear we never can get right, but I like the way you got it.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it is a player prop, but we're going to the earned run market. I'm taking Clarke Schmidt of the Yankees over 2.5 earned runs, minus 115 odds on DraftKings, currently your best value. This goes hand in hand with the Red Sox scoring some runs. So a pivot in this one, if you don't have the earned runs market on your book, would be taking the Red Sox team total over, however you want to take it or whatever line that comes out to be. But I do want to target Clarke Schmidt in this one because with a total set to 10, there should be runs in this game. You know, we look at what they did yesterday, coming off those low-scoring doubleheaders. These runs should come early and often today, and they should come against Clarke Schmidt today. Schmidt has went over this line in 2 out of his last 3 games, so he's not been coming into this game with like amazing form. And against the Red Sox, though, this is what I find most interesting. He's actually under this line in all 3 games pitched. I'm going to bet against that anytime I can. I told you guys, baseball, it's one of those sports that kind of being a contrarian, thinking the opposite direction, normally does pay off more often than not. And being a contrarian in this one is saying, look, he's went under in 3 straight. He's due for another, or he's due for an over. It's really hard seeing, you know, that familiarity with a pitcher for the 4th time you're facing them. It's really hard to go once again under this line and completely dominate a team for a whole entire season. We look at Clarke Schmidt too, 28th percentile on whiff percentage, 31st percentile on hard hit percentage. Clarke Schmidt is one of those pitchers that statistically he looks pretty average, but again, I can always see those big innings coming. Those innings where it leads off with an extra base hit and then it kind of unravels for him. We've seen it a few times before already for Clarke Schmidt this year. If the Red Sox can barrel Clarke Schmidt up, there should be a ton of extra base hit opportunities at Fenway because this is a Red Sox offense that knows how to hit at home. Believe it or not, they're only hitting 251 against righties in September. I mean, that's okay. That's good enough for me to back them in this spot. But at home, on the year, the Red Sox 4th in runs, 1st in hits. It's a good offense at home. I will gladly back them after some lower scoring doubleheader games. I think they saved all the runs for us in this spot. And I think this is a really good spot to target in this one. There's going to be runs early and often. They're going to come against Clarke Schmidt. Clarke Schmidt's going to give up 4 earned runs by the 4th inning. That's my not so bold prediction. We're going to get a winner there. But Austin, got a team total for us. Where are you going?
Yeah, Logan, and something you didn't touch on a whole lot was we've talked about Clarke Schmidt before, what he struggles against left-handed batters, allowing a 301 batting average to lefties. When you normally see me targeting lefties against Clarke Schmidt, that's exactly why. That's a Red Sox team that has plenty of capable lefty bats. Hopefully they stack them in there and they do a good thing. Now, I'm going to drop in a vibe favorite pick. I'm rocking a little Hawaiian shirt. If people don't know, I'm actually in Hawaii right now. It's 1 a.m. We're grinding, though. But I really like this team total pick like Logan teased. I'm going to Mets. Team total under 3.5 runs, minus 110 on BetMGM. Now, personally, I wouldn't play this past like minus 120, minus 125. The line should not change from 3.5. But I'm going to fade a Mets team that they honestly helped us win a unit yesterday. They helped us, cash that over. They were carrying the team, scored 7 runs out of the, 9 or 10 we technically needed to hit the over. But I'm fading them today, and there's a couple reasons why. Now, obviously, it's a Mets team that's been super inconsistent all year, so coming off a 7-run game, how likely is it that they can duplicate that performance? And in fact, if you look at the Mets, they hit 361 as a team yesterday. Hey, bravo to them. We appreciate it. We needed that. But the last time they went above 350 as a team, yeah, they went 167 the following game, scoring only 2 runs. And this is just a team that I just don't trust consistently. And I like the matchup we got here with Zach Gallen going for the D-backs. Now, you look at Gallen's stats, 3.31 ERA and a 1.08 whip. Obviously, if you look at Gallen's home road splits, be like, dude, why would you back him on the road? but this is still a very talented pitcher. Look, I know the home road splits are very stark, but this is a guy still coming off probably his best road start of the year. I mean, not probably, definitely his best road start. 9 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned runs allowed to in Wrigley Field to the Cubs. And I just think he's going to come out here and pitch a gem. I mean, this is a D-backs team, obviously in the thick of this NL wild card race. They need him out there. Obviously, coming off a loss, they still got 2 more games against the Mets. They need him out there to go out there and get a win. That every game to them, if they're leading through like 3 or 4 innings, through 5, they're going to try to trot out their best bullpen arms as well. So I really like Gallen to come in here and do his thing. The Mets have seen him 57 times with that many plate appearances, and they've struggled. A 31.6 K percentage, a .148 batting average, .151 expected batting average. So even the expected numbers are not very high against Gallen. And like at the end of the day, this is the Mets team, and this is crazy. I was looking at their splits. They haven't won back-to-back games against the same team all the way back to August 19th, and then went back-to-back games against the same team at home all the way back to July 28th. So this is just a team that is struggling to string together just 2 good games in general, but also 2 good offensive games. Or if you look at once Gallen comes out, assuming Gallen can pitch us a good game, you look at the last 10 games, the D-backs, 4th best bullpen ERA in the majors. I know it was a really pain point early on in August, but in September, they've kind of turned it around. The bullpen's looking better. So, look, I trust them to go out there, assuming Gallen can get us a lead. And we'll see against Joey Lucchesi, I believe, who's pitching for the Mets, get us a 1-run lead. I don't care what it is. Then we can hit that bullpen, the good bullpen arms. They have some bad ones. They used those guys yesterday. Hopefully the good bullpen arms are in there as the D-backs really treat this one like a playoff game that they need to win as the games are kind of dwindling. I really like the Mets team total under 3.5. I know it's a low line. Hopefully it's as sweat-free as the one we just took a couple days ago with the Marlins. Doubt we'll get, 9 innings pitched on a Gallen in back-to-back starts, but I think he's got a good chance to hold down the Mets lineup. So, Zach Gallen, we need a big game out of you. Mets team total under 3.5, my favorite pick of the day. But, Logan, I'll let you wrap it up with your third pick. Going back to a pick that we cashed yesterday, just kind of switching up a little bit. Which one are you going with?
Yeah, I'm going back to a game where we had a no-sweat winner. We're going back to the Rangers and Blue Jays, and I'm taking the over 4.5 total runs in the first 5 innings. Minus 105 odds on Bet365, currently your best value there. As also mentioned, we did pick in this game yesterday. I took the first 5 under yesterday. Today, I'm on the first 5 over. It's kind of a little experiment I'm trying where in baseball, you just constantly see the runs come either in the first 5 or the late game. It's just like one of those things where yesterday it came in the late game. I think we see the opposite today. It was obviously 2-0 through 5 innings yesterday. A no sweat winner for us. But I think this is going to be the opposite because I look at these 2 pitchers and I see weaknesses all up and down them. Now, yesterday, the offenses, as I mentioned, woke up after the fifth inning. But normally when the offenses kind of like save it to late game, some of that carries over into the next game today. I think we're going to see some carryover against Yusei Kikuchi and the Blue Jays. Kikuchi starts for Toronto, 3.38 ERA and a 1.15 whip at home for Kikuchi. Pretty solid numbers this year. He's been a really good bounce back pitcher, from what he was last year. He was a shell of himself last year. He's good on paper. But again, if you look at his matchup today, he's facing a team that's batting 276 against lefties this year. The Rangers are really tough on lefties. We also know the Rangers 3rd in runs, 2nd in hits. Look at Kikuchi's last 3 games he's pitched. I just don't think he's going to be ready for a lineup like the Rangers. And I know that's kind of like controversial to say, well, he's pitched against the opponents on his schedule, the Royals, the Rockies, and Guardians. How dare I question that he might not be in form for a team that's going to make you work at every at-bat? Because those 3 teams, they don't make you work at every at-bat. The Rangers, they definitely are. Kikuchi's missing his spots. If he's walking people, this is a Rangers team that knows how to make him pay. I don't think his more recent opponents can really say that. That's why I really do think the Rangers offense is going to get to Kikuchi. He's one of those pitchers, if he's not hitting his spots, he could kind of flounder a little bit. I mean, normally what he's been good at this year is wiggling his way out of trouble. But that's easier said than done against an offense like the Rangers, who, again, didn't score early, but saved all their runs late. I think the runs come early against Kikuchi. Now, who's starting for the Rangers? It's Jordan Montgomery, 3.08 ERA and a 1.14 whip. On the road. Last time Montgomery faced them, he was pitching for the Cardinals way back in April. He went 5 innings pitched, allowed 3 earned runs in that start. Again, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. That's going to go a long way to cashing this first 5 over. If we look at this Blue Jays team, they've seen Montgomery before, and they've had several plate appearances versus him. Blue Jays hitting 300 with an expected batting average of 304 in 107 plate appearances against Jordan Montgomery. I know exactly what my narrative was yesterday. The Blue Jays, they're just one of those teams, even when they get runners on base, they know how to strand them. Against lefties, though, that's a little bit different. I don't like Jordan Montgomery at all versus the Blue Jays today, because the Blue Jays are hitting lefties really well this month. Toronto hitting 302 against lefties in September. They should be able to get some runs on Jordan Montgomery in this one. I just don't think he has a great spot today. The key to cashing this bet, it's really simple. 2 to 3 runs on Yusei Kikuchi. I think Jordan Montgomery gives up at least three runs through 5 in this one. Blue Jays offense, I think, shows up in a big way after being scoreless through 5 innings for us yesterday on the under. So I'm taking the over in this one. Again, it's the same game, same odds. They just come out, and you might be tempted to pick the under. I'm going over. I think this one's cashing.
No, Logan, I love the pick. You talked about it exactly. I think you get great matchups on both sides. You could argue one of these two pitchers could come out and give up 5 earned runs by themselves just based on matchups. So, that's the case. Maybe we get a no sweat winner, but those are our 3 favorite plays of the day. They're all scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. As a reminder, we do have a Dimers parlay. 3 players will get a hit. We got an early start, so go check it out. It's linked on the screen. We really like the 3 hitters that we picked. And like I said, I'm in Hawaii. We just had a really cool video that we're going to post later on this week. Normally I do a video on the second channel every Wednesday. This one we pushed about to Friday, so stay tuned for that. But either way, let's try to get this 3-0 sweep, Logan. We just cannot get the brooms out. But hey, we'll take a 2-1 day at worst if we can get that. 3-0 on the way. We'll see you guys back again on Thursday with some more picks. See you guys then. Peace.